Thank you for inviting me to this conference on research for a sustainable world. What I'd like to do in this talk is to tell you the research that are important to ensure a sustainable world. The basic premise of this paper argues that two types of research are needed. A, research that ensures human survival following the relationship between resource and population by Malthus in 1789, and research on quality of life which enable man to lead a productive and meaningful existence. Malthus in 1789 was perhaps the first scientist to recognize the relationship that exists between resource and human consumption of these resources. He observed that while resources expanded at a rapid rate, population grows at a geometric rate. Simply put, the world's resources cannot sustain an unfettered population growth. There will come a time when hunger and famine will become a global phenomenon, more of a rule rather than a deception. When Malthus declared this statement in the 1800s, technology and scientific advancement were primitive. Computers were unheard of. Genetics was an infant science. Watson and Crick's skeletal model of DNA was over 300 years distant. Agricultural science was not a science, since people merely tilled the land to produce something. Today, when modern technology and scientific discoveries are at our fingertips, Malthusian principles may need to be revisited and modified. Two basic resources are needed to ensure a sustainable world, namely food and space. Research on genetically modified organisms, or GMO, has paved the way in the discovery of giant vegetables, huge animals whose meat are sufficient to feed families, and others, thus effectively responding to the geometric demand for food by people. At the same time, medical research is now at a stage where diseases and illnesses are approached from a biomolecular perspective, rendering traditionally incurable illnesses as curable. These days, scientists from all disciplines are acutely aware of the importance of conserving natural resources, such as forests, marine environment, and others, as well as in finding meaningful ways of rehabilitating disturbed and damaged environment at an accelerated pace. At the forefront of the latter efforts of natural resource conservation and rehabilitation is the discovery and active development of a new and exciting field of study called fractal science. And this was originally suggested by Mandelbrot in 1982, Orbach and others. Please continue. Space limitations are far more challenging issues which man needs to address to ensure a sustainable human habitat. Population control or not, man has still to contend with the fact that ultimately the world's carrying capacity will be reached. Engineering and technological research are responding to this issue by creating high-rise buildings and skyscrapers, exploring 3/4 of the world's free space by discovering human habitable structures underwater, sending reconnaissance missions to nearby planets like Mars, and in tandem with biologists trying out ideas in biogenesis. All these advancements are aimed at continually expanding a finite global carrying capacity to an almost limitless space. Finally, please continue. While food and space ensure man's continued survival on this planet, these are by no means sufficient to ensure quality of life on Earth. Quality of life, as defined in various contexts, generally refer to a healthy, educated, conflict-free, and independent state of existence. Mere survival can be meaningless if quality of life is absent. Medical research addresses the health aspect. Educational research focuses on research that makes education a tool for productive global citizenry. Social research on conflicts, crimes, and peace address the issue of a conflict-free society. Freedom and people empowerment research are essential for autonomous and independent citizenry. On this note, we are reminded of the old cliche that man does not live by bread alone. We categorize research for the purpose of this paper into survival research and quality of life research. Survival research are those that address the core issues of food and space limitation of the planet Earth. On the other hand, quality of life research deals with concerns that go beyond mere survival, but will ensure that every human being enjoys a healthy and productive life. On food security, the 21st century is predicted to be a century of biological research. More specifically, research that expand an understanding of genetics at the molecular level, of ecology and organismic coexistence, and rehabilitation of damaged and disturbed environments. The United States Department of Agriculture and Forestry provides an interesting account of the progress and development in the field of forest science and aquatic ecosystems, in their scientific attempts at understanding and exploiting inherent ruggedness, irregularities, and self-similarity in the natural environment. The rediscovery of fractal geometry and fractal statistics has changed our worldview of nature. Some of the problems which were successfully analyzed through fractals include fractal dimension of ecological landscapes, sustainable forestry, interspecific competition in age-structured populations, disequilibrium silicate mineral structures, forest geophysics, patterns of landscapes in disturbed environment, and others. Selman in 2008 made use of statistical fractals to analyze the DNA of pufferfishes and demonstrated the wide range of applicability of fractal analysis in genetics. Organisms are generally found to favor particular fractal ecological landscapes, and such that more complex fractal landscapes host more diverse flora and fauna, and the phenomenon relates to landscape patchiness. Along the same lines, research is aimed to ensure food security. More traditional techniques of terrestrial and marine protection are being pursued elsewhere. Alcala and Alcala and Ross, White and others, concentrate on various aspects of the dynamics of marine ecosystem through the declaration of marine protected areas. Some of the more important issues that these scientists are pursuing include spillover effects of marine protected areas, connectivity of marine protected areas, larval dispersion near and in marine protected areas, and others. The convergence of traditionally distinct sciences such as physics, chemistry, biology, and the mathematical sciences in responding to these issues is evident. On space security, engineering and related technologies are at the forefront of space utilization research. In some areas, the focus is on space minimization, such as researches in data compression, nanotechnology, intelligent options, and communication. At the other end of the spectrum are researches that focus on space expansion and maximization, such as those which relate to space explorations, underwater engineering research, agricultural drip technology, and research in structural integrity of skyscrapers. The combination of space minimization and space maximization research ultimately produce an almost limitless space for man, so that space no longer becomes a constraint. On quality of life and threats to food and space security, while research on food and space capacity expansion continue, studies on the threats posed by natural and man-made disasters are currently being undertaken as well. Climate change studies are focused on climate adaptation, coping strategies, disaster risk management, and mitigation of climate change impacts. Meteorological studies that attempt to understand the dynamics typhoons and tornadoes, as well as seismic and earthquake analysis by fractals, enhance our understanding and therefore preparedness for those natural phenomena. Safety nets are being weaved to ensure humanity's survival while pursuing a parallel thread of investigation leading to better quality of life for all. Health research and the spread of communicable diseases, cure for modern-day diseases such as AIDS and HIV, stem cell research, and others are quite active and are all meant to prolong life with quality. Educational research are unlocking the realm of the human mind and its infinite capacity to learn. Virtual learning studies which blend human and computer pedagogies to bring education closer to the geographically disadvantaged groups. Psychosocial studies on the impact of modern technology on the psychological and sociological behavior of students, such as those which are mentioned in the paper by Robinson, its educational intervention research on the decline, and others. We are at a stage in human development where education is considered a basic human need, which must be responded by the governments all over the world. Educational research, therefore, will lean more and more towards the issue of providing mass education amidst scarce resources. Removing barriers to access to education is a concern of governments globally and even more concern for underdeveloped and developed nations. Research both in the academe and in the actual world will run in two parallel themes: survival and the quality of life theme. These are the researchers that we need for a sustainable world. The first theme will continue to address the core issues of food and space expansion in order to respond to an ever-increasing population. This line of investigation and studies will be mainly pursued with the natural and physical sciences, including their applied derivatives in engineering and technology. Genetics will be the central core of investigation, which will involve the biological, chemical, and physical sciences. The backbone of these studies will be information and communication technology. Please continue. The second theme will address health, education, peace and conflict resolution, political science and economics concerns as the world becomes one global village. The provision of quality of life for all will become the aim of all governments in the world, even as basic resources are being provided through research on the first theme. The classic battle between man and nature is a theme for researchers that roughly falls between the first and the second themes. As man includes global climate change adversely impacts on the basic food and space requirements for the survival of humanity, research on climate change adaptation, mitigation, and preparedness will continue to take center stage in the 21st century. Likewise, we will progress to a stage where our understanding of nature will be enhanced and we will learn to harness these forces, transforming an otherwise destructive natural force to a positive and useful force for development. Fractal science will radically change our current methodologies for understanding nature and the natural processes. Thank you very much for listening and good day.